Right now, I'm 23 years old. I work completely alone. No office, no boss, no team. I can wake up whenever I want and work from wherever I want, from home, from a coffee shop, or even while traveling with my family. And the crazy part is, everything that created this lifestyle fits inside one backpack, a camera, and a laptop. But 2 years ago, my life looked completely different. I didn't have any special talent, rich parents, connections, or some secret advantage. And I definitely didn't wake up one day magically knowing how to make money online. But step by step, I built a system that now makes me more money than most people in my city earn. And no, it wasn't crypto, luck, some get-rich-quick trick, or a secret business model nobody knows about. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did, what worked, what completely failed, and how a camera and a laptop completely changed my life. Everything I'm sharing is free, no paid course, no secret program, no buy my product at the end of the video. I'm simply giving you everything I wish someone had told me much earlier. And if you stay until the end, you'll have everything you need to start building this for yourself too. If you still haven't chosen what field you want to go into, or you're thinking about changing careers, let me give you one piece of advice that can seriously affect your future income. Don't build an income that depends directly on your time, because time is limited. If you're trading hours of your life for money, sooner or later you'll hit a ceiling. Not because you're not working hard enough, simply because there are only 24 hours in a day. But once your income starts depending not only on your time, but also on results, everything changes. Take social media, for example. I can spend 4 hours making one video, but my income doesn't depend only on those 4 hours. It depends on how many people see it, how many views it gets, whether the algorithm pushes it, how useful it is. The time I invest stays exactly the same, but the outcome can be 10, 50, or even 100 times bigger. One video might do almost nothing. Another one can keep bringing views, opportunities, clients, and money for months. And that's the big difference, because when your reach grows, your income can grow with it. But when your income only depends on hours worked, growth becomes much harder. So try to build something where, over time, not only your skills grow, but the scale of what you create grows too. Now I want to share my personal experience and show you how, at 23 years old, I'm able to support myself, my wife, and my son using nothing more than a laptop and a camera. I create content, and content gave me freedom. But there's one important thing you need to understand. Content by itself doesn't make you money. A lot of people think, I'll start posting videos, get views, and money will just appear. But that's not how it works. So now I want to give you something more practical, a real roadmap for how to make money remotely and keep increasing your income over time. And to explain that, let's go back a few years. When I was 17, I became interested in investing. At first, it was just curiosity. I was reading, learning, and trying to understand how money actually works. But around 3 years later, I decided to take it seriously. And around that same time, I had a simple idea. I started a Telegram channel and a YouTube channel where I would document what I was doing. Not for business, not for money. I simply wanted to document my journey toward financial freedom. Back then, I was working construction. I earned money, kept some for myself, and invested the rest into the stock market. And at the same time, I shared everything online. I talked about what I was buying, what I was learning, my mistakes, and my progress. Slowly, people started following me. People became interested in watching a regular young guy build wealth and work toward his goals. And then something happened that I honestly didn't expect. About 6 months later, my channel started making more money than I was earning from construction work. And here's the interesting part. That money wasn't coming from YouTube monetization, because monetization isn't available where I live. I used completely different income methods. And now I'm going to show you exactly what they were. A lot of people think that once you start a YouTube channel, your main goal is monetization. And yes, YouTube monetization is great if you have access to it. But there are 2 problems. First, you don't get it immediately. Usually, you have to wait months before you can even apply. And second, unless you're getting millions of views, it often doesn't pay nearly as much as people think. That's why most of my income from content has always come from other sources. And I want to show you 3 main income streams. What's interesting is that 2 of them can work even if you have a tiny audience. I'm talking 50, maybe 100 subscribers. The first one is affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is very different from traditional sponsorships. With normal sponsorships, companies companies usually care about one thing: views. If you don't have an audience, they simply won't pay you. But affiliate marketing works differently. You get paid for results. For example, I create content about finance and investing, so I can recommend products I actually use myself, like credit cards with good benefits or investment platforms. People click my link, sign up, start using the product, and I get paid because I brought them there. Sometimes that can be $10, sometimes $50, sometimes even more for one person. And what I like about this model is that everyone wins. People discover something useful, companies get customers, and I get rewarded for creating content that actually helps someone. And this works in almost any niche. Fitness, recommend supplements or equipment. Self-improvement, recommend books. Tech, recommend tools and software. There are entire platforms built around this. You can create referral links and start using affiliate programs even if your audience is very small. And the important part is this: you don't need thousands of subscribers. You don't need to wait a year. You can start making money as soon as people start watching your content. For me personally, affiliate income makes up around 20–30% of my total income. The second income stream can potentially make you the most money. And what's interesting is that it can still work even if you have a very small audience. But there's one important condition: you need to provide real value. I'm talking about your own products. This could be a mini course, consulting, coaching, guides, templates, anything that helps people solve a problem. And this can work in almost any niche. Let me give you my own example. A few years ago, I was using a strategy that worked in Russia called a credit carousel. I'm not sure if something similar exists in your country, but the idea was simple. Sometimes banks would offer credit cards where you could withdraw money and not pay interest for a certain period of time. For example, let's say I withdraw $1,000 with a 60-day interest-free period. Then, instead of spending that money, I put it into a deposit account, earning around 17% annually. After 60 days, I return the original $1,000 back to the credit card and keep the profit from the deposit. At first, that doesn't sound like a lot of money. But the interesting part is that you could repeat this with multiple cards, and that could generate an extra $100 to $200 per month. Not life-changing money, but still passive income. I was showing exactly how I was doing this on my channel, and over time I noticed that people weren't just interested in watching. They wanted to learn how to do it themselves. So I recorded a training program. It was just 7 video lessons and a list of cards people could use. Then I packaged everything, set up automatic payments, automatic access for customers, and after that I simply continued talking about it in my content. That training ended up making me around $16,000, and I created it in only 2 or 3 weeks. And it wasn't my only product. That's what makes digital products so powerful. I create something once, and then I keep telling new people about it. And this is exactly the point I mentioned earlier. My income grows not because I work more hours. It grows because more people discover my content and my products. I spend roughly the same amount of time creating videos. But as the channel grows, more people see what I do. And because of that, my income scales naturally over time. If you want me to make a separate video explaining exactly how to create your own product in your niche, leave a comment below. And if enough people are interested, I'll make a full step-by-step guide. And the third way to make money from a personal brand is sponsorships. This is when companies and brands pay you to promote their products. At the beginning, this probably won't be your main income source, because for sponsorships, brands usually care about audience size and views. So if you're just starting, companies probably won't be reaching out immediately. But over time, this becomes a really powerful addition to the first 2 income streams I mentioned earlier, because sponsorships can pay really well. For example, on my Russian investing channel, I can make up to $1,000 for a single sponsored integration in one video. Of course, not every video includes a sponsor, and companies don't contact me every day. But as your channel grows, more people watch your content, more brands notice you, and opportunities start appearing naturally. That's another reason I like content so much. You create one audience, and over time, more and more income opportunities start appearing around it. But now let's talk about the most important part. How do you actually build an audience? Because none of these income streams matter if nobody is watching you. So I want to give you a few practical lessons that helped me build my channels and eventually make good money online. Number 1, create useful content. People want value. Most people are not opening YouTube thinking, I hope I find a random person showing me their day. People are usually searching for something, a problem they want to solve, a skill they want to learn, an answer they need. That's why on my investing channel, I wasn't just filming my life. I shared what I was actually doing. I showed how I invested, my mistakes, my decisions, and my progress. And there were other people who wanted the same thing. They wanted to build wealth. They wanted passive income. So my content naturally attracted the right audience. Always ask yourself, why would someone click on this? How does this help them? Because if your content helps people, people come back. Number 2, be consistent and disciplined. You probably won't make money after your first video. Actually, you probably won't make money after your 10th video either. For me, it took around 6 months before YouTube really started pushing my content. For 6 months, I kept spending time, recording videos, editing, and getting almost nothing back. And that's normal. Actually, this video you're watching right now is on my brand new English channel. My first 2 videos got 8 views and 5 views. Not 8,000, not 5 million, just 13 views combined. And I still spent hours making them. That's normal. Success usually comes later. At the beginning, your job is not to win. Your job is simply to continue. Give yourself 6 months. Keep filming, keep learning, keep uploading, and eventually you'll start seeing results. Number 3, improve constantly. You don't need expensive equipment at the beginning. Don't convince yourself that you need the perfect camera, perfect lighting, or perfect setup. Because realistically, you probably won't make that money back quickly anyway. And honestly, your first videos probably won't look very good. Mine didn't. Just start with what you have. But over time, improve. Learn how to speak better. Learn framing. Learn storytelling. Learn editing. Because small improvements compound. The better your videos become, the more people watch. And the more people watch, the more opportunities start showing up. Making money through content and a personal brand is not easy money. It takes persistence, creativity, discipline, and patience. You constantly have to come up with new ideas, improve your skills, and keep moving forward. There will be periods where nothing seems to work. Videos will flop, ideas won't perform. Sometimes it'll feel like you're putting in effort and getting nothing back. And honestly, it's much harder than people on the internet often make it look. But in my opinion, it's absolutely worth it, because there's something powerful about building something that belongs to you. Something where your income grows not because someone gives you a raise, but because you created something people genuinely value. Personally, I'd rather spend my time building something I love than sit in an office waiting for someone else to decide what my time is worth. And if right now you have even a small desire to start, start. You do not need the perfect camera. You do not need perfect skills. You do not need permission. Just begin. Because 2 years from now, your life can look completely different. 2 years ago, I could never imagine the life I have today. And maybe 2 years from now, you'll be saying the exact same thing. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment and tell me what you're building or what you're trying to achieve. I read everything. See you in the next one.